Hey. Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Check your clock, 1 p.m. PST, so it must be time to go live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Yes. And before we get in that ass like a bike with no seat, now inflation is at 8.5% and maybe higher. Do you think you need to be smarter with your money? Do you need it to grow and not shrink? Do you need financial freedom, not debt? Start a gold IRA with Noble Gold now and you'll be safe. And this month, for every cash deal above 20K, you'll get an incredible 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin completely free as a thank you. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold. Call 877-646-5347 or go to noblegoldinvestments.com. Well, people, a lot of shit has happened overnight, and we will get into it. Don't forget Venmo, GreenforGreen, Cash.app, $ Jericho Green, and the number 1. You want to send it old school? You want to get those donations to me? Old school P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California 95961-9998. Make sure you put a question or comment in there. I will read that shit right here. Super chats. First come, first serve. Don't wait. Get in there now so you can be at the top of the list. Man, oh man, you saw the title. Biden, our grandpa in chief, he goes late night, guys, and you might be thinking, hey, Jericho, what could you possibly find here? He's going on there with Jimmy Crybaby Kimmel, who probably is crying more than he's not crying. Every time something happens, all the time. So you figure he's going on there with one of his boys, one of his homies. There'll be a bunch of softball questions. He'll coddle him and hold him in his arms and rub his old head that I'm sure smells like mothballs. Well, one of the only things Obama said was true, besides the statistics of kids that grow up in homes without their father, is that never underestimate Joe's ability to fuck things up. And even though Jimmy Kimmel was ready to do all the things I just said he was going to do, Biden couldn't have it. He decided to verbally shit his pants in front of everybody. Now, you want to see some good ones. I picked out 2 of them, but if you want to go ahead and check them out ahead of the game, there's 2 points that I had to stop the interview at, and there are many more. These are just 2 that, I was like, yeah, these are two gems right here. So it's at the 11-minute 30-second mark and the 14-minute 30-second mark. And of course, he had plenty of his, no, I'm not joking. I'm not being facetious. I'm being serious. No. I mean, like I said, we'll talk about it. We'll go in depth. We're going to need those gloves, the gloves that go like here, like, those kind of gloves, the kind of gloves they use to inseminate a cow. That's the gloves we're going to need to delve deep into this. So, Grandpa in Chief did it again. Joy Behar, that ginger-headed piece of cackling crap on The View, she said something stupid again and just will not relinquish her title as one of the dumbest women ever to be caught on film. And then I had a question. Am I racist? I'll tell you why I'm thinking that. I don't think I am, but I'll put it to the people. But something happened. I thought, am I racist for thinking that? And even if I were, fuck it. But still, I want to tell you, it's pretty funny. And Justice Kavanagh, Kavanagh, the biggest nerd. He is the nerd that other nerds worship. The nerdiest of nerds. If he were a race of people, he would be part of the Nerdians. Remember when they tried to drag him and tarnish his name when he was being confirmed. They accused him of rape and gang rape and all this shit. And this dude wrote everything down, probably even wrote down his pee breaks. Well, we remember, a month ago or whatever, when the rough draft of the Supreme Court's decision on Roe v. Wade, pretty much it was leaked, and it was pretty much them talking about how they were going to overturn it and why. And a bunch of people got pissed and came to his house to protest. Now, this is important, and we'll talk more about this, but rights aren't just to be used whenever you want, on whoever you want, and no responsibility for you. You can just drop your rights bombs on people and walk away and not assess the damage. No, rights come with responsibility. So we all have the right to peacefully assemble, the right to protest, but it comes with responsibility. It's all about, just like real estate, what are those three words? Location, location, location. Now, at the Supreme Court building, hey, stretch out, because we're about to exercise those rights. Let them have it. Both barrels. All your homemade signs with all kinds of mean shit on it, founded and unfounded, true or not, whatever. You're at his place of business. This is what he's suited up for. Give it to him. All right? That's why football players wear pads, because they know they're about to go out there and get hit. Okay? So Supreme Court justices, you know, when you show up to whatever the address is for the Supreme Court building, you know what's about to go down, and you almost deserve it. You know what you signed up for. But take that same protest, move it in front of their house. Now it goes from rights to harassment, from protesting to bullying. All right? You were at this man's house. Everybody deserves to have a refuge from the world. That's what your home is. You come home, throw your keys on the bowl, hang them on the hook, unless you are my wife and you never hang your keys on the hook. But I'm probably going to pay for that later. But you come home, you relax, you kick your shoes off, you play with your kids, you make some food. You relax, you live your life. That's where real life begins, is at home. But no matter what's going on out in the world, you should have a safe haven, or like they like to say, a safe space, which is your home. Don't come there in front of his house, fucking with him and his family. Well, it went a little further than that. They arrested a guy who drove all the way from California. I'm not going to say his name because he's a piece of shit. But he drove all the way from California to kidnap and kill Justice Kavanagh and then himself, just like the pussy he is. So he pulls up, he calls 911. Thankfully, he's a bitch and he didn't go through with it. But he called 911 and said that, basically confessed. I came from California, I got guns and shit. They arrested him, searched his vehicle, zip ties, bulletproof vest, ammo, gun, all kinds of shit. Hiking boots with padding on the bottom, I guess, to stop there from being any footprints. Dude had it planned out. Drove a long way. What's that, 2,000 some miles, coast to coast? His psychosis was firm and dug in because you had all that time to drive and talk yourself out of it, and you didn't. And another thing is, I thought Supreme Court justices did live in gated communities, and certainly after this, they should. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about why he did it, what he did, and WWTD. What would Trump have done? What would Trump have done if people were showing up to Supreme Court justices, whether they were the ones that are conservative or the ones he appointed or not? How would he have handled it differently from the pudding eater in chief? And right before I started my live, I was watching the gayest thing I've ever seen, very fitting, I guess, for Pride Month. And you guys are thinking, well, Jericho, you were watching a gay porn? No, but somehow I would rather have been watching a gay porn than what I did see, because Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom and Justin True Castro, the Prime Minister of Canada, what are you talking about? Justin Trudeau came to visit California. And there's some gay dudes looking at this saying, man, that's gay. But Justin Trudeau came to visit California and hang out with Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom to talk about, you got it, climate change. You guys are getting together to talk about climate change? Well, maybe that makes sense because California borders Canada. Nope, it does not. So what do you have in common with Canada about anything? Now, if you're a Washington, Idaho, North Dakota, Minnesota, maybe even Michigan, eh? What about Vermont, New Hampshire, New York? If you're one of those states, it probably makes sense for you to meet with Justin Castro. But California, we're not connected to them physically. So why are we talking to them about climate change? Because they are avoiding their chores. They're avoiding the real work, the hard work. You can look at both of their hands and tell they've never done any hard work. Charmin, soft. Cottonelle, soft. If you close your eyes and somebody touched you on this cheek with a cotton ball and somebody else touched you on this cheek with one of their hands, you wouldn't be able to tell which was which. Equal softness. So other than to hang out and do shit that you probably can't even talk about unless you're over 18, why would he come down here to visit? And how much did that cost the California taxpayers to wine and dine Justin Castro? What a waste of time. San Francisco even got the message. They just recalled their district attorney. I'm going to do a video on that. You will only find on JerichoGreen.net. You know you fucked up when San Fran shithole, aka Needles in Shit, California, aka the shitty city by the bay, recalls your ass. You're beyond left. You're so far left, you're about to come back around on the right side. San Francisco recalled you? Shit. You did something. You earned that. So, like I said, you will only find that video on JerichoGreen.net. So, let's get in it. The big shit, the dumb shit, the funny shit. Bidenus pervertus, our grandpa-in-chief, Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. You've pushed me beyond the point of no return. And you think they would have given him Adderall or I don't know, whatever uppers they've given him sometimes, because there are times where he's halfway coherent. That's how we know you guys did something. You put something. You guys emptied a capsule and mixed it in his butterscotch pudding and fed it to him unknowingly because he's spry. Well, no, they didn't. This was the same old Joe that we always get when he has to talk in front of a group of people. And right off the bat, and I mean literally right off the bat, the curtains open and that fool is wearing a mask. Not only is he wearing a mask, he's wearing it by himself. There was nobody else around him. Why are you wearing that shit? And then he walks right out and shakes Jimmy Kimmel's hand. And he's standing this close to him. So what was the point of the mask? There was no one there, Joseph. Who knows? Maybe to him there was somebody there. Maybe he saw somebody there. Maybe he saw the ghost of Corn Pop and he didn't want to get him sick. Right off the bat, you're dropping the ball, Joe. Then he gets out there and the people stop. I don't know if they had an envelope with $20 under everybody's seat, but the applause, that was a little much. He doesn't earn it. He's not worthy of applause like that. That was some bullshit. And you know in those shows that have the thing flash applause, it probably said applause, please, please, please clap for this dummy. Please make it look like he's halfway wanted by the country he's in charge of. Please. I was like, stop that shit. You don't deserve no standing ovation. Unless the crowd was full of Chinese government officials, he does not deserve a standing ovation. Unless that crowd was part Chinese government and part big pharma, he deserves no standing ovation. It was sick and fake right off the top. So then Jimmy, surprisingly, he didn't cry. Maybe he cried after, but he didn't cry during the interview, which was cool. I think for a second, he mentioned Uvalde, of course, so I think he might have got him for a second, but I think he reeled it back in. But he's wearing a mask. And he starts talking to him about the economy and about, what about abortion? And he's like, hey, if the Supreme Court does go through with that and they overturn it, he's all, there's going to have to be some kind of federal law that was something we can do federally from the executive branch to make sure that it's a law. Wait a minute. Why are you doing that? The Supreme Court is going to rule on giving the power back to the people. So why would you usurp our power and leapfrog us and make a law that would make our vote null and void, basically? Because if you're making it a federal law, what are we voting for on the state level? So basically, he said, if the Supreme Court justice deactivates Roe v. Wade, I will reactivate it. And another stupid thing Jimmy said was, he's like, can't you do an executive order? Trump was handing out executive orders like Halloween candy. And then Biden stares off into space because he was thinking about kids, because kids get Halloween candy. He got him distracted. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Biden did more executive orders than Trump and Obama, his former boss, combined. He was undoing shit Trump did on his first day. Pipeline. He undid that shit his first day. So don't tell me about no executive orders. He don't need to be doing no more executive orders. He's done enough for 2 presidencies. 3 technically, because Obama had 2 terms. He's done the executive ordering of 3 presidencies already. Stop. And he couldn't, it was textbook Biden. He's like, well, it's another way to say it. There's at least 2 times Jimmy Kimmel had to cut him off to save him from himself. He straight up says, oh, okay, all right, going on to the next thing. As Biden's like, trying to finish his sentence. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He lives there. And that's how he talks. In a safe space. This is one of your people. He's always getting up there bashing Trump. And of course, they cannot keep those orange pubes out of their mouth. Trump. 2 or 3 times they mentioned Trump. Biden's like, he said, Jimmy Kimmel said something about if you need to throw the papers in the toilet or some shit. He was like, go Trump, is what he says. What's that mean? Was Trump accused of getting rid of some documents? But why are you talking about him? This is all you. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Was this at the 14:30 mark? I think it was. We said something 3 times in a row. Here we go. Commercial, of course. Hold on. Okay.
54 major corporations in America.
Hold on a second.
$40 billion.
We're talking about how they don't pay anything in taxes.
How many think the tax code is fair anywhere along the line here? No, I'm not being facetious now. I'm being deadly earnest. They don't pay.
I'm not being facetious now. I'm being deadly earnest.
Just on this year demanding minimum 15. It doesn't hurt them at all.
Hold
They
on.
make a lot of money.
I'm trying to find the one was at 11:30 and
we have 48 out of 50, and they can't get even 2, 3, 4 Republicans. It's awful. I would hope so. Well, yeah, I know, but it's not a different view.
Here we go.
Kristen is not always there in terms of the tax policies. Look, here's what we are. We have the fastest growing economy in the world. The world. We have 8.6 million jobs.
Why did he say that? Why did he say? Wait, look. We have the fastest growing economy in the world. The world. Did he get? Is he suffering from max headroom syndrome? The world. What the fuck was that? Was that him trying to allow his mouth to catch up with his brain, or his brain to catch up with his mouth? I imagine neither one of those are moving too quickly. But he said, look, I'm not being facetious. No one said you were. No one said anything. We have the fastest growing economy in the world. I was like, is it buffering? What's happening? Why is he talking like that? Oh my goodness, man. It was just an absolute shit show. And not standard healthy feces. I'm talking like homeless feces. Like you've been eating Doritos and methamphetamine for 25 years. Feces. That's what kind of shit it was in this shit show. What a fucking embarrassment. And you could see it on Jimmy Kimmel's face. He was like, oh shit. He said, next time the press, I bet he told his people, as soon as they yelled cut and the show was over, he went backstage in his green room. He probably threw some papers down and said, the next time this fool wants to come to our show, you better line up that water skiing squirrel instead. Because him and everybody who watched that shit would have rather seen old, not even the new one. I don't know if that squirrel has lineage and they taught his sons and whatever daughters to also do that. Just run the old footage of the squirrel who was water skiing, and that would be better than this interview. It was sad. And you know who saw that interview? The world. The world. The world. The world saw that shit. So what's that? Is it Newsmax? There's another one. They got that Indian news anchor. She has a British accent. I like the accent. I like what she does. But they're going to be clowning Joe Biden about this. The rest of the world is going to be clowning him. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody already remixed a rap song with him saying the world, the world, the world. That shit was weird. And he goes, in the beginning, he's in, my wife, Jill Biden, she's in the front row. And just so we're clear, I'm her husband. Huh? What does that mean? Stop waking him up and then sticking a microphone in his face. Give him time. I don't know what. Let him wake up, maybe walk around the room a couple of times, get that oxygen flowing, that the blood flowing, maybe give him some Metamucil. I don't know. But they seem to have woken him up and just put him on stage. He was not prepared. But I'm optimistic. We can do it. It can be done. We'll get through this. You better get us through it. You got us in it. What are you talking about, man? You better get us out of this. You created it. He's like, and there's people are saying it's the Democrat Party and it was government spending. Yes, it was government spending that got us into this inflation we're dealing with. Yes, it was you printing up all that fucking money during the sweet and sour sniffles lockdown that you mandated. Yes, you created this. Shutting down the pipeline, not putting more oil out there for us to use. Why are you going hat in hand to fucking Saudi Arabia and Venezuela? We got it right here. Drill right here. And of course, he brought up that lie about the oil companies. He's like, they have 9,000 permits where they can drill. They just won't. So they're done with money. These big bad oil companies are just done with money. They have enough. We don't want any more. Even though you approve these permits, we don't want them. That's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. And that's what that interview was. And when I saw it was 20 minutes, I was like, oh, damn. 20 minutes? I don't want to be here for 20 minutes, but I did it for you guys. I took that bullet for you. I jumped on that Biden grenade so you didn't have to. And it was terrible. And it's 20 plus minutes. I cannot get back. That shit was awful, but it wasn't surprising. Go ahead, check it out. And you don't got to watch the whole thing. It doesn't matter where you come into that video, whether you start the beginning, the middle, the end, in between any of those I just mentioned, it's going to be the same bullshit. It's going to be the same awkwardness between him and Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel simultaneously being shocked at how feeble his mind is and also trying to carry and save him during the interview. It was, oh, fuck, man. If this is how his interviews go with people that basically have his veiny liver spotted scrotum in their tonsils, then what's really going on? Because this should have been an easy chance for you to look good. They could have easily propped him up and made him look good. Maybe he was propped up. They had him sitting on one of those chairs, you sit on at the bleachers, you just open it up and don't got to be done behind you. It has a little back to support you. They might have had him propped up with one of those. I may or may not have seen those strings, the marionettes controlling the little dummies, the puppets. I may or may not have seen some of those people. 81 million votes, my ass. 81 million votes, my ass. And that's something else he said. I got 81 million votes, more than any president ever. Really? How many of those votes are from dead people? That's all I want to know. 80 million of them? Get the fuck out of here. There's no way in the world you got 81 million votes. Not judging by this. And it's not like he was hitting home runs through the campaign and through his first year and a half of his presidency, and he just fell apart this week. This is the Joe we've gotten from the beginning. This is the Joe from day one in his basement running for president, the few times he would come out. And how long has it been since he's had an interview like this? And he did it with Jimmy Kimmel. Do you notice a pattern here? A few days ago, he had, was it K-pop? Some South Korean band. That shit was weird. What the fuck are we doing with boy bands at the White House during times like this? Then you got Matthew McConaughey, his dumbass coming up there trying to convince people to sign off and vote for these bullshit gun laws they're pushing through. You almost had me, Matt. But you use up all the credit from your good movies. You're a jackass. And then now this. Now he's on the Jimmy Kimmel show. So how serious are they about this? Or is it desperation? Why are they just going to Hollywood? Why not get out there and talk to the people? Why not get out there yourself and talk to them instead of sitting some weird-ass Asian boy band and fucking Matthew McConaughey? Then sitting there in front of Jimmy Kimmel. Get your ass out there and talk to the people. You know why you don't do that? Because he don't want to hear what the people have to say. He probably can't hear them. He probably can't. He probably turn his shit up. You can hear his damn hearing aid. He can't even hear it. Your batteries are low. What's with Hollywood? Why are you shoulder tapping them to help you with this shit? Why are you shoulder tapping them for this? And Jimmy Kimmel kind of gave him the business with the questions. You definitely tell he was holding back. He probably couldn't go full force because he started crying. But he was like, how are you so optimistic? You shouldn't be optimistic. He's like, there's no hope. They're not going to do that. They're not going to help. And of course, who do you blame it on? Who's one of their favorite boogeymen to blame it on? It's 3 letters, starts with an N, ends with an A. Hey, it's not that word, you racist. NRA, the National Rifle Association. He said, Jimmy Kimmel asked him, well, we've had this problem for a long time. How come we haven't done anything yet? And Biden says, well, because of the NRA and the lobbyists, and they have them hostage, and they're afraid that if they go against them, then they'll be voted out. There'll be primaries, is what he said. There'll be primaries. So what if you're fucking primaried? If you've been doing your job, the people won't vote you out. That's the problem. You haven't been doing your job. If you're doing your job and you're looking out for the people, it doesn't matter what subject you bring to them, what topic you bring for them to focus and vote on. It doesn't matter if you're doing your job. But because you back the NRA, that's the straw that broke the camel's back that gets you kicked out. You've done other things. And the NRA is not what it used to be. And if the NRA is the sole company and the sole entity that is stopping you from having common sense gun laws, well, isn't that one of the jobs of the government to break up monopolies? Why didn't you do something about this? One company. He asked him, why haven't we gotten these laws passed? Why haven't we done something? And he said the NRA. He didn't list 3 or 4 other things. He said the NRA. One thing. You couldn't tackle the NRA in 50 years in office? You were vice president twice? You guys had the House and the Senate? Not to mention the decades before you became vice president, and you couldn't get shit done? Maybe the NRA isn't the problem. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you guys who have been in there since before color fucking TV. Maybe you're the problem. The NRA. Get the fuck out of here with that. Then do something. It's one company. Garbage. Lies. All of it. Lies. Let's get in this comment section, shall we? What's up, everybody? Dustin, Rupert. I don't know. After that interview with Jimmy Kimmel, I think my leader is definitely worse than yours. And he lives up in Canada, so you know who his leader is. His leader's down here fucking giving Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom an HJ behind the podium. Stupid. What are you guys talking about climate change for? Climate change? Like I said, they're not even connected. California's not connected to fucking Canada. My goodness. What the fuck? Fucking Canada and California, they got together for some freaky shit. They sent their wives to the mall so they can do it all. Disgusting. Let's see. Mr. It's Melt. Okay, hope I said that right. It's out of hand, JG. Enlist in the military now with HIV, but be discharged over COVID vaccination. What in the actual fuck is truly going on? Yeah, man, ain't that stupid? You can have the high five, but if you don't get that poke, you gotta go. What? Love is war. Cali has changed drastically. Yes, in the wrong direction. As far as the DA that they recalled in San Francisco, well, who do you think they're going to replace him with? Huh? Who do you think they're going to replace him with? Same with what's his name, Gascon down there in LA. Who do you think he's going to be replaced with, man? Come on, it's going to be the same damn bullshit. Jacob Aveyard. I'm gonna say Aveyard. There we go. I'm staking it. I'm sticking with that. Jericho Green does a great impression of Joe Biden. Yeah, man, I'm just telling you what I hear, man. Just telling you what I hear. There's a little Jimmy Stewart in there. Jason M. Schmidt. Climate change is only one piece of their BS. Oh yeah, man. This is multifaceted. There's layers to this. You can't do cause a country this big and great to do a 180 without many levels to it. Oh, yes. Rich C. Yes, sir. Let's go, Jericho. Let's go, Jericho. And let's go, Brandon. You fucking scumbag. B-Dub. Not you, Rich. Rich C. B-Dub. Climate change is so old. 16 marathon runners go to the hospital and one dies, and it's climate change. I mentioned it to some guy, and he tried to say that the weather was hot. No, it wasn't. Yeah, when I was a kid, I remember in junior high and stuff, my 8th grade science teacher, Mr. Dankert, we were watching these videos and stuff. And what was that movie with Sean Connery, Medicine Man? We were always studying the rainforest, and X amount of acres are cut down in the rainforest every day, and the animals in the rainforest and the animal and the global warming and the hole in the ozone layer and shit. Same shit. They just changed the name. What happened to the hole in the ozone layer? Did it patch itself? And if it did, it patched itself pretty fucking quick. So were we the cause of it in the first place? Huh? And why is there still a rainforest? I was in Mr. Dankert's 8th grade science class in 1994. The rainforest is still around? Well, either it's bigger than you told me, or they weren't cutting down as much as you told me. Now, I'm all for the environment. I don't think animals' environment should be cut down and all this shit. But if you want your furniture and your burgers at a cheap price, shut the fuck up. This is what we got to do. People want a damn omelet, but don't want to break any eggs. People want to eat a steak, but they're like, no, don't hurt the cow. Then how are you going to get your ribeye? Climate change is bullshit. Carbon tax. Okay, you take our money for a carbon tax. Now, what do you do with it? What are you going to do? Oh, well, we're going to do this. We're going to start that. Yeah. I hear all that. But India and China are still dumping toxic waste into the ocean. They have underground coal fires billowing smoke into the sky 24/7, 365. So why do I got 3 containers to put out on the fucking curb every week? Tomorrow's trash day. I got to put my trash cans out tonight. Regular trash, recycling, green waste. Remember back in the day when you had the tubs, the yellow and the green tubs? What am I over here separating shit for? No, kids, put that in the recycling. That's not recycling. That's regular trash. For what? America's the cleanest damn country in the world. Actually, Jericho, it's Sweden. No, actually, shut the fuck up. It's America. We're already the cleanest motherfuckers on this planet. Why are you talking to us about climate change? Go find your balls. Remember the old cartoons where the Jack and the Beanstalk, and when Jack was up there, he had to get the key from around the giant's neck so he can get out of there and go back home to his mama. Get up the balls, sneak in there while China's asleep, take your balls from around their neck, because they probably got them in a nice little sack they're wearing around their neck. Get your balls back, reattach them, and go tell China and India to clean their shit up. Because if you're not going to do that, all your bullshit's falling on deaf ears. Climate change. Fuck out of here. Brian King, B. Falcone, what's up, man? Good damn evening. Jerrycans. I like that, man. If I use that, I'm going to have to give you a cut of the proceeds. Let's see. Geritol, yeah. Geritol, Metamucil, Centrum Silver. Give him all that shit. Give him, what do you call that? A suicide? Where you take the cup at the restaurant, you put all the drinks out of the fountain, or the fountain drinks, you mix them all together. Give him a suicide of Metamucil and Centrum Silver and whatever the fuck else he needs. Ridiculous. Adrenochrome. That's right. He probably got some of that shit. He gets his meth from Hunter. That's not true, Doug Kennedy. Hunter smokes crack, not meth. Get it right, okay? Don't be a dick. He's not a meth head. He's a crackhead. He has standards. Adrenochrome. Mikey D, good point. And Eagle Talons. That reminds me, you guys ever see that movie, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? And that scene where Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro, they're in the hotel room. And he's like, what's that you're taking? He's like, oh, it's adrenochrome. A lawyer or somebody I know, he owed me money, and he's like, you can only find it from the adrenaline gland in a human body. He's like, you only need a couple drops, man. And Johnny Depp, I think he was playing Hunter S. Thompson, but his character's behind him just has a dropper, and he's just squirting that shit in his mouth. He took way more than a few drops. So then he starts sitting there, and he's like, blanket over his head. He's tripping the fuck out. He's sweating. And then Benicio del Toro, he looks at him and he turns around and he turns into this beast that has hair on him and shit, cat eyes. He has a bunch of tits on his back. I know it sounds crazy, but it's a movie about them doing drugs. But Benicio del Toro, he turns around and looks at him and he says, you took too much, man. You took too much. But he was on adrenochrome. Maybe should have given some of that to Joseph, because he was, no, I'm not being facetious. No, I'm being serious. What did he hear? Like, was he hearing somebody respond in the crowd? And he was like, no. But nobody said anything. So why are you saying no? Shit was weird, man. You're right, Brian King B. Falcone. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Let's get 1,000 people in here like we did yesterday. Everybody did great work yesterday. 1,000 people. I think it was 1,100 at its height. So let's do it again. Let's do it all over again, shall we, audience? Don't forget Venmo. GreenforGreen, Cash.app, $, Green, and the number 1, P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998. Super chats, get them in. First come, first serve. Don't be at the back of the line. Be at the front. And most snacks use nasty artificial ingredients that can cause weight gain and are bad for your body. That's why I love Toodaloo Trail Mix. So does my family. Each of the Toodaloo's 4 delicious flavors contain over 30 organic superfoods and adaptogenic herbs. Ooh, that was a tough one. I never seen that word before. To support better skin, more focus, improve energy, and less stress. Toodaloo is a super snack that gives you superpowers. Plus, the flavors are award-winning. Choose from barbecue, hot and spicy, or chocolate, or maple brittle. And for the next 24 hours, you can try Toodaloo, America's most delicious trail mix, at up to 25% off by clicking the link below. I think my favorite is the barbecue. I'm not a big fan of spices. I got a low ceiling on that shit. I did go out and have some wings with my buddies the other night and surprise myself. But yeah, barbecue, that's my jam. German Husbando, what's up? JM says FJB. I think we can all agree on that. Really wanted to take it to that truck by ramming it off the road. Too bad I don't want to scratch up my car for a moron. Yeah, don't do that. Don't mess up don't have yourself sitting in a body shop getting estimates over that jackass. So Joy Behar, that ginger turd in an expensive outfit, one of the main cackling bitches over there at the View. But there was a black lady who was on there yesterday who was speaking the truth. So automatically they had a problem with it. Whoopi sitting over there with her arms folded. That arrogant turd, Sunny, whatever her name is. I was hoping a woman would walk out of the crowd and slap the shit out of her. And she was telling her that most AR-15 gun owners are former military and that she owns guns and stuff. And, you know, basically common sense that these gun laws and stuff aren't going to do anything to help us, only hinder us. And Joy Behar, in her infinite lack of wisdom, said, the gun laws, she's all, when you see black people get guns, that's when you'll see the gun laws change. How fucking stupid are you, Joy? And why is your name Joy? Because that's not what you bring when you come into a room or when your ass is on TV. You do not bring joy. Joy, you're a dumbass. You're an over-emotional dumbass. Because in case you haven't noticed over the past forever, black folks have guns, all right? Black folks have been fighting in wars for this country for a long time. My dad had a closet full of guns. My Uncle Charlie had a closet full of guns. Guess what they were? Black folk. I have guns. I know black friends who have guns. I have a black friend who's an NRA member. So don't you sit there and tell me with that disgusting, over-lipsticked hole under your nose that the laws will change when black people have guns. Well, we already do, stupid. So now what? You turn on your local news? You ever seen any clips out of Chicago? Black folks got guns. You know, I'm sorry. I don't want to do that. There's a difference. The people I mentioned before, my dad, the soldiers that fight in this war, lawful black gun owners, they're separate. That stuff you see from Chicago and those liberal-run shitholes, those are niggas. Niggas have guns too. All right? And guess what? Those niggas you see gunning each other down, these 10 and 12-year-olds doing rap videos, waving guns in the camera and shit, they don't go to the gun stores, they don't do the background checks, and they don't do the waiting periods that you fucking idiots are trying to push through and make law. There's no law out there that says a 12-year-old can have a gun. A 16 or 17-year-old can have a semi-automatic pistol with an extended magazine. There's no law out there, yet they still do it. Chicago, downtown, 2 black kids gunned down by another black kid. Where was their waiting period in their background check? Oh, I'm sorry, make that 3, because the week before, another one got killed downtown. That's why they got the curfew. You pick the city. You can find underage people gunning down other people. No waiting period, no background check. They don't give a shit about the magazine capacity. Semi-auto, put a fin on the handle like we do in this stupid ass state of California. They don't care about none of that, yet they got guns. Plenty of black folks got guns, Joy. I know you and your ilk want to think of us as these little kids who just don't know any better. We can't figure out how to vote. We don't know how to work the internet, and we can't get firearms to protect ourselves. Please, white liberal, pick me up. This is my son does. Pick me up, Daddy. Here, white liberal, pick me up. Yeah, burp me. Oh, thank you. Please, Wibble, once you're done burping me, can I suckle from your liberal teeth? Huh? Can you take care of me from cradle to grave? Because I'm just a lonely widow black person, and I can't figure out society. That's what they think. That's racism. You rotten bastards sit here and talk about how racist this country is and how racist Republicans are, yet you are the most racist. To say that black people don't have guns? Are you stupid, Joy? Well, we know you are. I already know that. Why'd I ask that question? We know you are. We know that you are borderline retarded. For you to say something like that. You're a racist. That's racism. These boogeymen you keep looking for, look in the mirror. If Joy Behar sat in the mirror and said Joy Behar 3 times in a row, a Klan's hood would appear on top of her head. because that's basically what she is. Now look at this. Look at me. I'm an American who happens to be black, right? Don't tell Joy, okay? Uh-oh. Joy, what's this? What's in the box, Joy? What's in the box? What is that, Joy? But you said that and then the laws, because I don't get it, guys. You tell me next time you guys talk to Joy, ask her how I got that. If I'm black, how'd I do that? Tell me. Because that's when now, do you mean they'll change for the better? They'll get more strict? Whatever, do it. They need to get more strict, but not for us. For the criminals. They need to be punished. And it's so simple. People, how much does a sledgehammer cost? 20 bucks? That's if you get the wooden handle. Maybe 25 if you get the fiberglass handle that's hard to break. How much do rocks cost? Nothing. They're already there. Mother Nature said, I got it. Mother Nature said, you need rocks? I got rocks for you. I got rocks smaller than your pinky nail. I got rocks bigger than your house. What do you want to do? Okay. You want to commit a crime? You want to stick up an old lady? You want to shoot another gangbanger because that's who's doing it? You want to do some shit like that? Fine. Come here. Get used to your hands being like this, okay? Because you're going to grip that sledgehammer and you're going to break these rocks into small rocks until your sentence is served or until you fall over dead. You get 5 years, 10 years, fine. You about to be a rock busting son of a bitch. You're gonna be a fucking geologist when you get out of here. You're gonna bust so many rocks. What's the problem with that? Yes, the gun laws need to change. Then the punishment needs to change. Don't put more hurdles in my fucking way so I can't protect my family. You guys got it all wrong. You are not going to stop people from protecting what is valuable to them. And what is most valuable is your family, your wife and kids, your husband and kids, whatever the combination may be. Your family is everything. You people are nothing to us. You're just a bunch of mouthpieces. Let somebody threaten Joy Behar. Bet she's going to have somebody with a gun standing around her. Stupid ass. Oh, just wait until black people get the guns. Then you'll see the laws change. Fucking shut up, boy. I'm not calling you Joy from now on because you bring none of that. You're a jackass. Let's get back in this comment section, shall we? Shall we? Oh, let me tell you something that I'm not happy about. The weather. It's supposed to be 103 degrees today, guys. Huh? I don't know if you can hear that fan in the background. I'm sorry. I will not shut that thing off. And right now, it is currently 95 degrees. Okay? Not happy about that. Not used to that. I know people in Arizona and Texas are like, 95? That's midnight around here. I know. Gary Davis says, it's like North Korea, Jericho. You better clap. Yeah, those people in the audience. They better clap. We'll kick you out of here. German Husbando says, the world hates you, Joe Biden. They sure do, especially this part of the world. Oscar Gonzalez said his drugs are wearing off. Yeah, man, they must have dosed him too early. Must have been somebody new on the staff because, he's hemorrhaging staff members. But it must have been somebody new on the staff and they drugged him too early. So by the time he got on screen, man, that shit was wearing off. They were like, oh, we got this Joe out here. Damn it. Son of a bitch. Butch Brady says, Grandpa Joe has plenty of headroom. There's nothing in it. Yeah, man. It's like if you take a ring box and sit it in the middle of a warehouse. Got all that space. Hello. Carlos Danger says Brandon has skid marks. Yeah, man. He got some bacon strips in there. It's looking all bad. And I hope Jill changes him. I hope she has to put him on his little back, put his legs up like that. You know, you put the legs back, scoop the boot, scoop it. But she probably has one of those diaper genies. Parents, you know what I'm talking about. Jill Biden has a diaper genie. Daro. I was going to say Daro 333. Jericho taking one for the team. I sure did. Because I know you don't want to watch that bullshit, people. Boots and pants, same thing. Thanks for watching for me. No problem. No problem. I did that. Dion 2020, 509 a gallon. Where, man? Where are you? Because 509 a gallon is a lot to some states, not to California, but I'm sure you folks in the South and Midwest are like, what the fuck is going on here? Mm-hmm. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world a year and a half ago. Because if one thing California does not care about are its citizens. Just a tip. Like that name. At Jericho Green, finally got my first notification for your live after a year, plus being subscribed, and still was 20 minutes late to this one. That's YouTube hating. YouTube hating. Okay. So let me pose this question to you. God's Marine, Master of Puppets. Yeah, that's what China is. Also a great Metallica album. But I'd have to say the Black Album is my favorite. Debate me on that, people. Black Album is the shit. Okay, so here's a question. Am I racist? So my daughter, she the end of the school year, so she had some awards. So my wife and I went to the awards, and she got a couple awards, but she got a math award, and she was up there, and some of the kids up there she was with were Indian kids, and I was happy. I was like, my daughter really is good at math. Like, I'm glad that she's up there with Indian kids. Is that racist? I don't think so. I mean, if you're like a white parent and your white kid is on the track team and they get an award and they're up there with a bunch of black kids, you can be like, damn, that boy, he's doing something. You know what I'm saying? He must be fast. Same kind of thing. She got math awards with the Indian kids. Hey, I'm proud. I'd be proud no matter who she's standing up there with. But that just put a little extra on it for me. So is that racism? Or, I mean, to be told that you come from your people are smart, you know, some a stereotype, I guess. Some stereotypes are they're compliments. You know, it's like a black guy. Someone's coming up to you like, "Oh, you must have a big dick because you're black." Or you're gonna be like, "What? Don't tell me I got a small penis." Don't assume. Like, come on, some stereotypes are all right with me. Don't forget, people. Venmo, GreenforGreen, Cash.app, $ Jericho Green, the number 1, the P.O. Box if you want to send it old school, 806 Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998. Super chats. Get them in. First come, first serve. Let's do it. So, yeah, that's my question. I don't think I am. I don't think it is, but like I said, man, your kid's up there with a bunch of black kids on the track team. Hey, that boy's fast, right? Hey, I'm just being real, people. This is life right here. All right, let's be honest. Let's see. Let's see what we got. JOK says, I work for Indians. They're smart as hell. That's a compliment. That's an accomplishment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mike D, congrats to your daughter. That's what I'm saying, man. Sean Taggart says, hell no, it's not racist. Indians are smart. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have you ever been to a hospital? There's like Indians, Nigerians, Chinese people. Hey, come on. My brother, when he was in college, he says, hey, man, when I go to the library to study, there's a few Americans in there and a gang of Chinese and Indian kids. So that's the way it is. Jason Pack says, hey, hello, Jericho Nation. What's up, man? Welcome. And Just the Tip says 519 in Michigan. No way. Yeah, see, that's high for you guys. California, that's, a year and a half ago. But yeah, $5 a gallon, anywhere near $5 a gallon. Anything over $3 a gallon in a lot of places are too damn much, man. And I feel for you guys. I know your pain. I remember coming back on leave in, was it the summer of 99? And gas was $1.94 in California. I was like, oh shit. Now shoot. Santa Claus. You know what I want for Christmas? $1.94 a gallon for gas. Papa G Huck at 59-year-old cracker from Long Island, New York. Loves me some Jericho. God bless, brother. You are a good one. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. All the way from New York. But they are steady trying to bend you guys over the barrel. Yes, sir. At least spit on it first. Oh, shit. Joshua Kavanagh says $7 in Oakland, California. Ooh. Sorry. That is fucked up. That's how they do in California. Brad H. What branch was Jericho in? Here, let me get out of the way. There you go. I wasn't a SEAL. I'm not trying to tell no lies. I wasn't no Navy SEAL. I got that from Elaine, who runs the Navy SEAL Museum in Florida. But yeah, U.S. Navy. Go Navy. Smooth sailing. Hoorah. The best. All I'm saying is, when they need some high priority target taken out anywhere in the world, who do they call? That's right, the SEALs. And wasn't it a few months back? No, not a few months. Years ago. It's got to be like at least 10 years ago. There was some satellite or something. Some rogue satellite was heading toward Earth or some shit. 22,000 miles away. Somebody needed to hit it first shot. Who'd they call? I'm just saying. Just saying. Papa G Huckett said, let's go, Brandon. 5:09 today on Long Island. Damn. Brad Hitch says, damn, Navy guy. I kid. Much love. Yeah, I mean, it's all respect. We can talk all the shit we want, but when it comes down to it, all branches work together and respect each other. I can see by your profile pic or icon, whatever they call that, you are a Marine, devil, dog. Thank you for your service. And the Marines are a department of the Navy. They don't like to admit it, but the Marines are like that. The ravenous pit you have in the backyard that you only let out when you need somebody chewed up real good. So thank you very much for your service. Battle Elf, you son of a bitch. He put Navy in a rainbow. Hey, I don't want to hear that shit no more, because the Army, they got their rainbow shit. The Marine Corps got their damn rainbow bullets. The Air Force got their little rainbow salute and shit. So I don't want to hear none of that. You guys can kill all those Navy jokes. That shit is over. All the branches got their rainbow bullshit out there, and it is disgusting. That was pretty funny, though. I'll give you that. Sean Tackett, thank you for your service. Hey, man, pleasure. In the military, my experience, yes, we do a lot of work. We're up early, working late, doing dangerous shit. But let me tell you something. When we go into port, when we pull into port, you guys ever had a puppy and you've been gone all day at work and you open the door and that thing is just jumping around. His little pink lipstick is out. He can't control himself. He's so happy to see you. That was us after being underway for 3 weeks or a month and being unleashed on the local population. So we play hard. We work hard. We play hard. Hold on, nickel dime. What'd you say? It said it ain't gay if it's underway. That's funny. Good one. Okay, but in all fairness, what branch were you in, nickel dime, so I can talk some shit about yours? Let's see it. What branch were you in? Joe Shyman, 560-ish in Phoenix. Damn. Phoenix, you guys usually keep it cheap. 560-ish in Phoenix of hashtag FJB. Yes. I did not buy a ticket to this tragic carnival. Enjoy your videos, but thank you, man. Thanks for being here. None of us wanted this shit. Not even this supposed 81 million motherfuckers that we can't seem to find. Nobody wanted this shit. Well, there we go. Nickel dime. I'm U.S. Air Force. Well, Flare Force. That's it. The friendly sky. Hold on. Do a better salute than that. There we go. Parallel to the deck. Yeah, I saw that shit that the Air Force put on their Twitter page. They had some woman, some female airman, and she was saluting, and her hand, like starting from here up, was rainbow. Yeah, real combat ready, aren't you? It was good to see that all branches of the armed forces have laser focus on the mission at hand, being woke. EJW Ski says, "Go Army, aren't really men yet." Anyway, all right, we can do that all day long. But Justice Kavanagh. So a guy was arrested who drove all the way from California to carry out his plan of execution. And hold on a second. Andrew Brown says 2 years ago, $1.69 here in KC. Today, $4.69. That's a $3 increase. Ouch. Trump wouldn't have done that though. Anyway, but this guy drove from California to Maryland. I've made that drive. When we were 12 years old, we did a road trip as a family cross country, took the southern route, drove from Salinas, California to Baltimore, Maryland, or Maryland if you're from there. Drove all the way to Maryland, over 2,000 miles, to kill Justice Kavanaugh. Like I mentioned before, he had zip ties, taser, I believe. He had these boots. Hold on, because I don't want to forget any of this. I don't want to leave any of this out. I want you guys to hear the list of shit that this guy had. And the reason that he did that is because he was upset about the leaked document that that was leaked, that the Supreme Court justices were talking about how they were going to basically overturn Roe v. Wade. And that's why he was mad. He was triggered by that, and he drove cross country to try to attempt to kill a Supreme Court justice. Now, luckily, he didn't do it. He called 911 and basically alerted them ahead of time so they could be there to stop him from doing it. But what if he did it? What if he didn't have that change of heart? What if he decided to go through with it? Whose hands would that blood be on? And he said he had a Glock 17 on him that he purchased just for this. So wait a minute. You mean people that purchase guns illegally aren't just a bunch of right-leaning, Bible-thumping, American-loving patriots, huh? Who were racist as fuck? No, I think that's one of your boys who purchased a gun legally who was going to use it as a fucking psycho. Definitely a far lefter. Okay, Deputy U.S. Marshal on duty in the area had seen Roski, or whatever his name is, getting out of a taxi near Justice's home after 1 a.m. Ooh, it was late night on Wednesday, shortly prior to his call to authorities, according to the complaint. In the suitcase and a backpack, he had a Glock 17 pistol with 2 magazines. Hopefully, they didn't have too many rounds of ammo in them. Magazines and ammunition, tactical knife, pepper spray, zip ties, various tools, and duct tape, the complainant says. Well, he sounds like one of them dudes that they would catch on To Catch a Predator. Oh, hey, have a seat. So you came up here to have sex with a 13-year-old girl? No, I was just going to come up here and talk to her. Oh, really? Because we have the transcripts. Says you wanted to blank on her blank until you blanked all over her blank. So what you got in the bag there? Oh, condoms, lube, handcuffs, sandwiches. What is all that for? Oh, we were just going to talk. So he got all this shit in his bag. What for? Not for good shit. Again, I'm glad that he called the authorities and he punked out. And he didn't carry that shit out. But why was that U.S. Marshal in the area in the first place? Oh, that's right, because people are acting like this is fucking Mexico, where you can assassinate a judge if they don't say what you want. They were in the area because people decided to use their rights incorrectly and go to this man's house. And when this first happened, when they first started going to the Supreme Court justices' houses and harassing them, why didn't Biden get out there and say, hey, I understand you want to exercise your rights, and I understand you are upset with their potential decision. That's fine. You let them have it, but do it at the Supreme Court building between the hours of A and B. Anybody found outside the home of one of these Supreme Court justices harassing them will be arrested and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. We have to have some baselines here. We have to play by some rules. I personally disagree with their decision as well, but we cannot devolve to the level of animals and go after each other when they support something that we don't like. We have to be civil here. We have to be grown-ups. Why didn't he say something like that? I could have said that. I'm not the president. You mean to tell me he don't got staffers that could have come up with something like that? I bet you Trump would have had security out there. I bet you Trump would have put the National Guard or some elite unit outside of their house instead of putting them around the Capitol building. And he said that, oh, well, the people, they had to go and protest at their houses because they put fences around the Supreme Court building. Well, then protest behind the fence, bitch. You can't go to their house. Just because they make it tough to get close to the building doesn't mean you can break the law. You protest your punk ass outside of the fence. Why don't you protest them putting a fence up in the first place? Then once they take the fence down, you can protest about this shit. That is fucking terrible and dangerous. That's a sign of a third world country. Our justices should not be living in fear. You can't go and protest outside of their house. It's not even protesting, it's harassment. Protesting is for the Supreme Court building. Let them have it. Yell all the hurtful, mean shit you want to. All the profanity, talk about their family, their mama, their dog. I don't give a fuck, but don't do it outside of their house. That is wrong. That is illegal. And when it first happened, when we first had the ginger turd in there as a spokesperson before we got Wyclef's cousin, she said, well, we support people's right to protest and stuff, and there's no official government stance on this. Yeah, there is. It's in the Constitution, bitch. It's in the Constitution, Peppermint Patty. It says you have the right to protest and peacefully assemble, not to harass people and fuck with them at home. How scary do you think that is for his kids to see that? For his wife to see that? Not here. But if he comes out in the front yard and get the double tapping, all of a sudden he's a monster. He's an asshole. Now he can really take your guns. Another cis white male guns down a person of color. Well, why was your colored ass on my front lawn? Why were you out here? And his neighbor who gave up his address, why isn't that bitch in jail? Because that's where the guy got his address, from the internet. So this doxing you think is fucking funny got a psycho to drive 2,000 miles and end up outside of his house and potentially kill him. But that's okay. It's okay to do that because he believes something that you disagree with, so we can go ahead and kill him. You better be careful, you sick leftist fuckers, because the pendulum is going to swing the other way. And you wouldn't want no far right nuts outside of your house threatening to kill your ass, possibly killing you, because one of them might carry it out. Oh, then there would be a problem. Then Biden wants to get out and say something. Oh, you shot a Democrat? You shot a lefty? We can't have that. Now we got to protect these judges. Man, that's bullshit. We should, that's not American. We don't go to officials' homes and harass them at home, no matter what James Brown, no matter what Aunt Pearl from 227 said. No, that ain't it. Oh, Waters, Maxine Waters. Yeah, remember? Create a crowd around them and make them feel uncomfortable at the gasoline station. That's how out of touch that old dumbass is. Gasoline station? Who says, hey, I'm going to run down to the gasoline station? She ain't pumped gas in 40 years. You got people for that. But even if those jackasses say it, no, don't be doing that. That's not cool. Have some respect. Have some dignity. Wait for work hours. Don't go to their home. Who the fuck do these people think they are? Are you that not fearful at all of consequences? They don't worry about that stuff at all? They don't care about getting arrested? I guess not. From every facet in our society is telling them it's okay. Silence is violence and all that other crazy shit. Really? Okay. I'll stand next to you silent for a whole minute, and then I'll beat your ass for a whole minute. You tell me which one is violence. People are so damn stupid. Almost too stupid. Huh? Too stupid. The people, don't worry about that. Worry about these good snacks, huh? Most snacks use nasty artificial ingredients that can cause weight gain and are bad for your body. That's why I love Toodaloo Trail Mix. Each of Toodaloo's 4 delicious flavors contains 30 organic superfoods and adaptogenic herbs. Got it. Nailed it. To support better skin, more focus, improve energy, and less stress. Toodaloo is the super snack that gives you super powers. Plus, the flavors are award-winning. Choose from barbecue, hot and spicy, chocolate, or maple brittle. And for the next 24 hours, you can try Toodaloo, America's most delicious trail mix, at up to 20% off by visiting the link below. Clickety clack. All right, people? So, last thing is Newsom and Castro. Ooh. Again, why is Justin Castro down here in California? There's no reason. And I saw part of Newsom's speech, and I couldn't do it, people. I'd already watched Biden's 20 minutes on Kimmel. I couldn't do that shit, man. I couldn't sit through his, and I definitely couldn't get through Castro's. That shit. And you could see the women. Oh, you could feel them. You could hear the shower heads in California on vibrate. Every man in California is like, babe, when you coming out? Right? Because the women, you did this to us. You gave us Newsom. You fell in love with his good looks and his charisma and his slick back hair. You fell for that. You gave us this fool. All of right now, flicking the bean. You got both of them, and you did that shit to them Canadians. Women, you got to take some of the blame for this shit. You gave us those 2 soft handshakers. No chest hair. You did this to us. That's shower heads right in California. And then when they're done talking, you just see all this cigarette smoke because the women are like, whew, man, thank you. Thank you, Justin. And Gavin, you bitches. All right, people. Let's get to them damn super chats, shall we? All right. Super duper. There's still time, people. Get those chats in. Get those super chats in. Hold up. I knew there was one here. Oh, there it is. Yvette Moore, thank you very much. Oh, Joey really outdid himself with that appearance. Come on, man. I'm surprised he didn't say that. Yeah, that shit was terrible. I mean, if you guys want to see something awkward that's painful to watch and that you probably have to walk out of the room halfway through it, go for it. I mean, it was honestly fucking terrible. It don't matter if you voted for him or you support the Democrats or Joe Biden or not. You cannot look at that and say, that was a good interview. That was good. That makes me feel proud as an American to have our grandpa in chief up there just representing us the best way possible. No, that did not happen. That did not fucking happen. That shit was embarrassing. Nickel Dime, thanks, man. He says, so Joy thinks gun laws are racist? Yeah, why not? She is. Oh, actually, according to her, the gun laws are fine just until we get guns. And then all of a sudden they'll be changed. Man, she's so full of shit. Like my dad would say, she's full of more shit than a Christmas turkey. She ain't wrapped too tight. If her brains were dynamite, she wouldn't have enough to blow her nose. B-Dub, thank you. He said, oh, yeah, and not to mention the topics they keep sweeping under the rug or twist stories or on topics for their narrative. We are in trouble. That's right, man. They ignore the real work that needs to be done. What did Kamala say? We need to do the work. We need to do the hard work. That's a silver pubic hair. They're avoiding the hard work. They're purposely ignoring it. Plenty of work to do. You want to do some good? You want to make this country better? We got piles of work for you to do. Nope. I need to concentrate on the bullshit. America's racist, like we never had a civil rights movement. Thomas Decode. The code. I'm saying the code. Fuck it. If I say it wrong, I'm sorry. What up, Jericho? Funniest cat on YouTube. I'm a fellow Californian. You get it. Itching to get out of this state. Keep fighting the good fight. P.S. Grandpa Joe sucks. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. That's Papa Joe. Why you guys gotta have these names that are hard for me to read? But thank you though. Lala Duty Incarnate. Got it. Thank you for the Hamilton. I predict parents will sue the Uvalde Police Department for not going in to save the kids. And when that case reaches the SCOTUS, it'll rule that those cops had no duty to protect, as it has ruling been for decades. Yeah, that's a crazy one. I don't think all of the information is still out, and I'm really reserving my opinion on that as far as exactly what the police did or did not do, what they were supposed to do, because once all the facts are in, when I do give my opinion on it, I'm gonna blaze them. And if it turns out that the police did fail and they didn't go in there and do what they were supposed to do, I'm gonna let them have it. But as of right now, it looks to me like their upper management was where the problem started. But I will reserve judgment, but we'll see. Lala Duty Incarnate, we will see. But one thing is for sure, I thank you. We're getting there, people. There we go. B-Dub, again, thank you. Sick of them using hot button topics, climate change, COVID, equality, Trump, etc. So old. Keep up the good work, JG. It is old. It's really getting old. And 99% of the issues they bitch about are old. They're in black and white. They've been settled. They're old as fuck. Racism, civil rights. Come on now. It ain't been like that in a long ass time. Climate change. How long they been talking about that shit? Here we are. Temperature ain't changed a damn bit. Silverback. Pinoy. Thank you for that $5 sticker. Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple more. Here we go. There was a couple more of them. The lowly one. Thank you. They use Trump like the government used Jason Bourne's name to do foul stuff. They just can't. They cannot get that orange dick out of their throat. Why would you even bring? If I was Biden, I'd be like, hey, don't even bring his name up in my presence. We're past that. This is my show. I'm handling shit. I know he can't say that because he ain't handling a damn thing. He can't even handle dairy probably. But I would be like, why are you bringing him up? That's old news. That was 2 years ago. Trump left him in a good position. German Husbando, thank you for the twomp. They said have had to drive to work today, verify something employment, and got severely triggered by this truck with Biden and Obama stickers. I had to speed up and pass it quickly. I was yelling, how can people support dictatorship? There are a lot of dummies out there. Now, maybe this truck driver was rich. Maybe he was just driving that truck because he liked the open road and didn't need the money. But if you work for a living, I don't see how you can support these bastards, because I can show you my grocery bill, my gas bill, or as Maxine would say, my gasoline bill. That shit's gone up a lot. $300 we spend at the grocery store does not go as far as it used to. When I first got my truck just over 2 years ago, or I think just under 2 years ago, $75 to fill that bitch up. Now it's $106 and going higher. Offshore hunting, thank you for that, Hamilton. Keep up the great work, JG. I promise. As long as you guys are sitting here and listening, I will be here spitting the truth. Juan Guiter, what's up? Again, thank you. The man, the myth, Uncle Jericho, smash that thumbs up, Salty Army. I added that last part, but thank you, Juan. I appreciate that. Ranson Shan, thank you. Jericho, love your vids. Question: aren't American citizen Second Amendment rights already infringed with the ability to swat someone anonymously? Yeah, like I've said before, they've been infringed enough. No more. And that shit, and what he means by swatting somebody, like what's his name? Tim Pool, he's been swatted a bunch of times, where somebody will call in and the SWAT team will come to his location. That's crazy. Like, I hope they find the people doing that, because you're taking them away from a real situation they could be dealing with. Some people they could be helping or saving. You got them over here fucking with a YouTuber? Come on, man. That shit is sick and sad, and I hope they find them. And if you guys can't find them, get some 13-year-old with their cell phone. They can find them. All right, come on. It shouldn't be that hard. Locate this fucker and make them pay. Now, Venmo, Green for Green, Cash App, $, Jericho Green, and the number 1 P.O. Box 95961-9991. 89998. Super chats, as always, you get them in here first come, first serve. I shall read them. And also with the P.O. Box, you want to send a donation or something through there, send a question with it or whatever comment. I'll read it here, because this is viewer-driven platform. You guys make all this shit happen. You guys keep the lights on. I appreciate that. But before we go, I got to tell you about this damn trail mix. Most snacks use unhealthy artificial ingredients that can cause weight gain and are bad for your body. That's why you need to try Toodaloo Adaptogenic Trail Mix. Got it. It's mouthwatering and my number one favorite snack. And I'm not the only one who loves it. Toodaloo was rated number 1 best and healthiest nut snack in America by the Eat This, Not That Food Awards. I love Toodaloo's 4 delicious flavors because they contain over 30 organic superfoods and adaptogenic herbs to support better skin, more focus, improved energy, and less stress. Plus, each serving is packed with protein. Toodaloo is far more than just another trail mix. It's healing food, and it has a 12-month shelf life, perfect for prepping. And for the next 24 hours, you can try Toodaloo, America's most delicious trail mix, at up to 20% off by visiting and clicking that link below. People, we did it. Another live in the books, and you know where I'll be at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, so I hope you will be in the same damn spot. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.